Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, 10 Ways to Wear It. I'm Alicia, and on this channel I take one fashion item or one fashion trend and show you all 10 different ways to wear it. Now today's video is all about how to raise your vibration and protect your energy from toxic people, toxic experiences, and toxic situations. I have some great tips for you all because these days I'm all about protecting my mental health and making sure that the energy that I'm putting out into the world is good and positive so that everything that I draw back is also good and positive. And I know these tips are going to help all of you out there. So if you're interested in seeing a bunch of different tips on how to raise your vibration, protect your energy, and just really take good care of yourself, stay tuned for this video. Okay, you all, so like I said in my intro, this video is all about how to raise your vibrations and protect your energy. And if you don't know what your vibration is basically the physical energy that you put out into the world. And scientists have confirmed that how we feel, how we're walking around, feeling about ourselves, how we think, it really does create an energy that sort of emits off of you. And that energy can determine what comes back to you. Like you'll find yourself thinking, oh my God, I hope this doesn't drop on my foot. And then that very thing will drop on your foot. It really is a certain amount of energy that you put out that controls how the world functions around you. And this doesn't have to be separate from religion. I find that the way my relationship is going with God and how I'm feeling about my relationship with God can definitely also be a part of the energy that I put out. So don't feel like it's two separate things, or you can't have your religion and believe in a certain type of kinetic energy that you put out. It all connects, in my opinion. But if you have a differing opinion, I totally respect that and I understand. But getting into the tips and tricks that I have, these are going to help you hopefully raise your vibration and also protect the energy that you already have, to keep it positive, just to overall protect yourself. Because honestly, energy, thoughts, feelings, it's all a part of our well-being, whether you want to believe it or not. I think it's a bigger part than the physical things that we do to take care of ourselves. Taking care of yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, energetically, it means a lot to how your life is going to function and how you're going to feel. So getting into my first tip, I think the first thing to do to raise your vibrations and lift your energy is, for one, fix your bed in the morning and clean up your space. That means keep it organized as you can. Of course, it's impossible to always keep everything put away all the time, but for the most part, you want to strive to do that. And I talked about this a little bit in my How to Add Luxury to Your Life on a Budget. I really think there's an idea to the whole feng shui concept and the concept of keeping your space clean and organized, because I find that when my space is really cluttered and messy and there's dishes in the sink and everything is a mess, my vibrations are really low. My energy is low. My thoughts are not as positive. I don't feel as creative and I don't feel as good. So I do find that clutter and disorganization, it blocks my creativity, and being an influencer, it makes me struggle a little bit. So fix your bed in the morning. There are tons of quotes about fixing your bed. There are books. There's a book called Make Your Bed, and it's like really the concept of that making your bed starts off your path to a positive day and a positive life overall. So make your bed. There's a really good quote that says, make your bed. Let me see. Let me find it, y'all. Hold on. Let me find it because I don't want to say it wrong, but it's really good. And it just really confirms that making your bed is important. It says, if you want to change the world, start by making your bed. So I wanted to say the quote the right way because it was written by William McRaven. So, and that's who wrote the book, Make Your Bed. So first tip, y'all, make sure you're keeping your space as organized as you can and make your bed in the morning. It's a good start to a good day. So the next tip that I have kind of connects with the first one, and that is to take a shower and get dressed. On the days that I'm feeling really low and I'm struggling with my energy and I'm struggling with my vibrations, and I feel like I am overall feeling pretty toxic, like maybe I want to start an argument or start some mess. Sometimes you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, that whole metaphoric statement. Sometimes it happens and you're just not in the best mood. When I'm struggling with that, the first thing I like to do is take me a good shower and get dressed, because I find that when I stay in the clothes that I sleep in and I'm just kind of like lounging around like a sloth around this place doing nothing with myself, it makes me feel worse. So if I'm waking up feeling bad, maybe I'm not feeling well physically, having cramps or something like that, and then I don't take a shower, I don't get dressed, I just kind of stay kind of crusty and whatever, it makes me feel worse. So I find that taking a shower, putting on something, whether it's a nice loungewear set, even if it is going from one pajama to another, if I'm not going to be going outside, there's nothing wrong with that either, but just the overall feeling of feeling clean and feeling like, okay, I've at least took a shower, woke myself up a little bit, and I'm feeling a little bit better. It really does help me, and hopefully it'll help you all. So on those days when you wake up and you're struggling to do anything, even get out of bed, at least take a shower and put on something decent. I promise you it will help you feel better, and it will help to raise your vibrations and your energy, if not just a little bit, but for me it helps a lot. The next tip that I have for you all is to take walks outside. There have been so many studies that have proven the benefits of vitamin D, and particularly vitamin D that comes directly from the sun versus like a supplement. It really does help so many things, including our mental health. It helps our immune system. It helps us overall. Even during the pandemic, there was a lot of discoveries of the benefits of vitamin D and how it also helps to fight off COVID. And you know, with a lot of us being in the house and stuff, a lot of us have become vitamin D deficient, particularly concerning the natural vitamin D we get from the sun. So taking a walk outside, I find, can be really helpful. Not only is it good for absorbing vitamin D, but it's also good for your mental health, breathing in fresh air and just connecting with nature and the environment. It also helps with your circulation because you're moving around. It helps with your digestive system. Walking has been proving to benefit our digestive system. That movement really does help with our digestion. Also, walking is great to just keep yourself in overall good shape. It helps to ensure that in your older years you're not disabled or struggling with a lot of physical illnesses that prevent you from walking. So try to walk as often as you can, as much as you can, and as far as you can outside. If being indoors using the treadmill or something like that is your only option, then definitely do it. Put your treadmill as close to a window as you can, open up the window and try to get some sun on you. But if you don't have that option, trust me, at least do some physical activity. It's good for us all, and it'll help us in our later years. So that's another great tip for y'all. Take a walk outside. We are all spending too much time indoors, and we need to connect with the sun. We need to connect with the environment. We need to connect with nature. We need fresh air. I prefer to walk in a park, at the beach, somewhere where I'm out a little bit with nature. And I'm gonna insert a clip right now of one of my walks. Let's go ahead and jump into that real quick. Hey you guys, so I wanted to take a quick little intermission from the video because I am currently on one of those lovely walks that I'm talking to you guys about. I really love to try to take them in places that are nice and serene and beautiful, like this dock area that I'm at right now. Of course, it's super inspirational because I'm looking at $1 million yachts right now. But just to get outside, get some fresh air, get some sun, use my legs, get my heart pumping, get some vitamin D. That is the purpose of the walks. And I want to encourage you guys, if you're not walking, you need to start, okay? Walking is really good for so many reasons, and you know, it doesn't have to be anywhere fancy. Of course, this is pretty fancy. Look at that boat right there. But it doesn't have to be. And if walking indoors is your only option, then use that. But I like to try to do it outside when I can. Throw on something casual like what I'm wearing today. Got on some shorts, my sneakers, a little t-shirt, and just get outside as quickly as I can. So I hope that you guys are feeling very encouraged to get outside, walk more, absorb some sun, and just overall feel good. Now, enjoy some of the scenery I got going on right here, y'all. Beautiful, right? So as you guys can see, I really love a good outdoor walk. And like I said, sometimes I'll do it at the park, the beach. Sometimes I'll go to a nice track outside. Honey, wherever I'm going, I'm at least trying to do it at least 2 or 3 times a week to make sure I'm getting a lot of sun and really absorbing that vitamin D, and also getting my heart pumping, moving those muscles, moving those joints, and just keeping it overall healthy. So yeah, walks outside, y'all. Add it to your regimen. The next tip I have for you all to raise your vibration and also protect your energy is to plan self-dates. Of course, we all want to be taken out. We want to be wined and dined by those people that we're either dating or that we are with, in relationships with. But sometimes you got to get comfortable doing things for yourself. And I also think it's important to be comfortable spending time alone. It shouldn't feel weird to you or awkward to go sit down and have a nice lunch by yourself. And my best friend is one of the people that I really got this from, because she will drive out to the nicest restaurants out by the beach, watching the waves or whatever, and have a nice lunch just by herself. So she really encouraged me to start doing this more for myself. So shout out to you, Donnie Pop, for showing me how good it is to have self dates. But yes, I really love the idea of this. Sometimes I'll plan like a nice little picnic for myself, just a picnic for one, or sometimes I'll just, you know, pack up some snacks and go to the beach, lay out a blanket and sit out there, or I'll plan to go to a decent restaurant and treat myself to a nice lunch or a little early dinner. I usually don't do it late into the evenings, and when you're doing this, you want to make sure that it's somewhere safe since you're going to be alone. But self dates are so important. And real quick, I want to show you all one of my little options that I do for a self date. It's a picnic for one, so check it out real quick. Hey you guys, so real quick, I wanted to bring you along and show you exactly what I like to do when I'm doing my picnics for one, and what the purpose is for me when I'm doing them is just a checkout time, just some time to be alone with myself, connect with nature, be out in the open, catch some vitamin D and all of that. So I really love to do them. Of course I do picnics with friends and my sister and my boyfriend, but this is a time that I like to just be with myself. Like, I love to do these just by myself. Bring me a bottle of wine, sometimes I'll make me a boba or a nice cup of tea and bring it out and just set up my little blanket, set up my little snacks, and enjoy some time by myself. It's a really great way to recharge, be alone with your thoughts. I bought a really good book with me that I'm gonna be reading, so I just wanted to bring you guys along. Sometimes I do these picnics for one at the beach, sometimes I'll do them at a park, sometimes I'll do them, you know, in some remote location where I can just chill and relax and there's not a lot of people around, because like I said, I really do just want to recharge, be alone, and just be in a really nice space. So I'm going to show you all how I set up, so let's go ahead and get into that. Y'all can watch. Alright you guys, so I am literally already set up. I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys a little bit closer so that you can see exactly what I have going on over here. So let's go ahead and check it out, because I'm about to get comfortable, sip my wine, read my book, and do all the things. So let's go up a little closer, y'all. So real quick you guys, as you can see, my setup is pretty simple. I have my little barefoot Moscato and my pink Moscato. Got some fruit there, some beautiful berries, have some cheese, olives, a little bit of salami. I brought a little plate to put my snacks on. Of course I brought my book, and I put everything inside of this big basket that I picked up at the flea market. You can find those online as well, but there is my setup, y'all. So I'm ready to just kind of relax. The birds are chirping. It's pretty chill and empty where I am right now, so I'm ready to enjoy myself. So I'm gonna relax, and I hope this inspires you guys. I really hope it does, because sometimes you need time to just recharge, be alone, and enjoy a little picnic for one. So there you guys saw my little picnic for one. Is super easy to set up. You can do it anywhere, the park, the beach, by the lake. You can do it while the kids are playing, kind of set up by yourself. Honey, there are options out there for you, but I think it's important to be comfortable spending time alone with yourself, to feel good about being alone with yourself, and to feel comfortable doing nice things for yourself. It really does raise your vibration. It makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you feel good about the world. It makes you feel hopeful, and you're treating yourself. You deserve it. You work hard. You deserve nice things and nice experiences, and you can give those to yourself. So plan a self date, y'all. It's a great way to raise your vibrations. Let's get into this next tip. So my next tip for you all, and this one pertains more to protecting your energy, is to stop letting people make you their emotional dumping grounds. Now, people will get really comfortable calling you with their problems if they feel like, for one, you sort of absorb that problem and kind of take it on as your own, or if you're just that super open listening ear, they'll get really comfortable calling you with their problems. And believe it or not, when you listen to people's problems all the time, you do absorb it to a certain extent, especially if you're an empath empath, one of those people who truly is empathetic towards others and you almost feel what they feel, you have to really protect yourself because you absorb a lot of energy from people, whether it's negative, positive, you absorb all of it. You absorb their struggle energy, you absorb their negative energy, you absorb their hateful energy, you absorb their nobody likes me energy. All of it that's coming onto them that they're projecting onto you, you sort of absorb that if you're an empath. And even us regular people who are not still absorb a lot of that energy, and you have to be careful with that because like I said, when you open yourself up to being that go-to person where a person can always feel like they can call you with their problems and kind of lay them on you, they're gonna do it all the time. And it may not even be something they're intentionally trying to do, but they will start to see you as that go-to person. Trust me, I have been there, okay? Don't let people make you their emotional dumping ground because you become that go-to person, and before you know it, you are weighted down with other people's problems. I'm the kind of person that when I hear other people's problems, I want to help them. I don't want to just abandon them and leave them to struggle with it on their own. So I'm one of those people who kind of takes on other people's problems. So lately, I'm a little bit more protective of myself when it comes to people sharing their problems with me. And sometimes just protecting myself means not even answering the phone. Okay, so just be leery of that. I am the kind of person, I do share things with friends when I'm struggling with something. I believe in them sharing with me. That is not what I'm talking about, but I'm talking about just constantly being that dumping ground from certain people, okay? Friends should definitely be there to listen to other friends' problems, to help them through it and things like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who constantly call you when they're going through something, when they got something going on bad, guess what just happened, da, 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 da. I'm about to lose this, I'm about to lose that, I need help with this, but they never call you when anything positive is going on. That person sees you as their emotional dumping ground, and it's time to cut that tie. Not saying cut them off, but cut that particular part of them off. So be careful with that. Don't let people make you their emotional dumping ground because it will affect your vibration and it's just overall bad energy for you. So be leery of that, y'all. Let's move on to the next one. So the next tip that I have for you all to protect your energy and just raise your overall vibrations is be careful of the music that you are consuming. Now, over the years, my taste in music has changed a lot. I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop, rap. You know, I also listen to R&B. I'm the kind of person who there's no genre of music that I don't like. So trust me, I know every rock song as well, but I grew up listening mostly to hip hop and stuff like that. And over the years, I've just found that even though I still have a great love for hip hop and rap and stuff like that, I'm a little more protective of what type of rap I listen to and which artists I'll listen to. But overall, my music taste has changed a lot. I'm more into soulful music, music that has depth and meaning, music that is enriching to my spirit and to my soul. So the type of music that I listen to these days mostly is not the music that I used to listen to, okay? Sometimes rap just feels like noise to me, and I'm more conscious of the lyrics these days. So if people are talking about things that are triggering for me or that are just not healthy for me mentally, if they're, you know, speaking on things that make me feel bad about myself or how I look or anything like that, then I cannot consume that kind of music anymore. If all they're rapping about is hoes and money and weed and Percocets and this, I can't listen to it. I just can't. And that's why I don't even know a lot of new music. My sister tells me, you gotta use some new music in your reels. Like, you use too much old music. But I don't even want to know the new music. I don't know the new music and I don't really want to. I might hear a new song here or there on the radio or something, but I'm not really looking for it because so much of it is toxic to me. But like I said, be leery of the music that you consume. You know, you can still like what you like every now and then. I love a little Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Little curse words or whatever in there, but I still feel it sometimes. But for the most part, I am leery and conscious of the music that I'm listening to because music is something that I love deeply. So if you're one of those people that music really has an impact on your spirit and your soul, make sure you're consuming good, enriching, soulful, and healthy music that is adding to your vibration and raising it, not weighting it down. So that's what we want, y'all. Be leery of that. Let's move on to the next tip. So the next thing that I like to do to raise my vibrations and protect my energy is play guided meditations while I sleep. That is something that I do pretty much every night. I have 2 cell phones, so one of them I'll like have on the charger for the few hours before I'm getting ready to go to bed to make sure my phone is completely charged up, and I'll play like an 8 to 10 hour meditation. I have a few channels that I like to listen to. Tigram Healing is one, You Are Creators is one. There's quite a few. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I'll list all the channels that I use, the YouTube channels that I use to listen to their guided meditations. Some of them are affirmations, some of them are just positive quotes and they're just saying them throughout. Some of them are speeches from very famous people in history. So I'll play those as long as it's not like too loud or disturbing, as long as it's like a nice calm voice or nice calm music. I love to play those while I sleep. And usually when I do, I wake up feeling super energized. I wake up feeling positive. I wake up feeling hopeful about life. And if it's one of those affirmation type of meditations, I wake up feeling supercharged, honey, like really ready to go. Sometimes I feel like I could run a marathon after listening to a good affirmation meditation overnight. I really love to do that. I'll set it up on my nightstand before I go to bed, get into bed, and I am out. So I'll definitely leave some links for you all in the description if you're interested in seeing which meditations that I listen to. I know that this may conflict for some people with their religion. It doesn't for me. It aligns right with my religion. I'm not listening to anything that would go against my religious beliefs. So hopefully they'll help you all. I will list them for you. But yes, listening to guided meditations in your sleep can really help to lift your vibrations as well as build up your energy protection. So definitely try it out, y'all. So the next tip that I have for you all is to limit your time on social media, as well as do periodic reviews of who you are following on social media and why. Now, as an influencer, I know this could shoot me in the foot because maybe the information that I'm giving you is no longer useful. I hope that's not the case because I'm always trying to bring y'all something useful and something new, but I find that when I'm doing periodic reviews of the people that I follow, sometimes what they're bringing me is just not useful anymore. If all they're doing is, you know, putting back shot pictures of their booty and this and that, it's like, okay, how is that really helping me at this point? You know, this person used to at least put, you know, inspirational captions or share information, and now it's just booty pics. Like, you have to kind of review sometimes who you're following, because social media can be a big emotional trigger, whether we want to accept it or believe it or not. Sometimes it can be a big trigger. Sometimes it can lead you to comparing yourself and really just over analyzing things in your own life because you're comparing yourself to people you see on social media. Or if they're putting up negative things, negative quotes, if they're supporting certain things that you don't support, it can really affect you and make you feel bad about yourself. And that's not what we want. We want to use social media as something that benefits us. We want to be getting information. We want to be getting ideas. We want to be getting, you know, links that we can use to things that we want that we didn't even know we wanted. We want all that good stuff, okay? We don't want social media to feel like something that's making us question ourselves and look in the mirror and feel like we're not good enough. So if you find that that's the case, make sure you're limiting and controlling how much time you spend on social media, as well as doing periodic reviews of the people that you follow to make sure that they're still bringing you things that you can use in your life, that they're still being helpful versus hurtful. Sometimes it's important to do those reviews, honey, because I've had to unfollow a few people in the last year or so because their content just changed to something that I'm just not into. So that's happened, sad to say, but for the most part, people that I follow, they've really grown on me, and I really just love them even more. So thankfully, that is more often the case than the other way. But honey, it has happened. But yes, even me, if I'm influencing you the wrong way, which I hope I'm not, I would encourage you, do what you gotta do, because I mean that for everybody. We have to protect ourselves, and social media is a big part of our lives. We spend as much time on that as we do watching TV and stuff like that. So you need to filter out everything and make sure that it's healthy for you, whether it's what you're watching on TV or what you're watching on your phone. Be careful, limit your time on social media, pick up a book once in a while. I'm reading some really great books, and I want to share this one good book that I'm reading with y'all. Here it is. It is called The Sacred Woman. This is by Queen Afua. It's a really great book. I got it from Amazon. I'll link it for you all in the description. But yes, pick up a book sometimes. You will be surprised how they enrich your life, okay? So that's my next tip, y'all. Moving on to the next one. So my next tip to protect your energy and just raise your overall vibration is to gossip less and not be so receptive to receiving gossip from other people. Negative gossip is not good. And the reason why I say negative gossip, because some people think instantly like anytime you're talking about somebody, you're gossiping. That is not the case. Sometimes you can bring up another person's situation or what they have going on out of genuine concern. That is not what I'm talking about. When you genuinely love somebody and care about them, sometimes you will vent things to other people that may also be concerned about that person. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to when you're gossiping about somebody in an effort to judge them, them, to just put them down, to sway other people against them, to spread rumors about them, to make them feel bad or make other people aware of a bad situation they're in. That's what I'm talking about. You need to avoid that. That is negative energy that you are projecting out into the world that is going to come back to you. And honey, I know we all love a little tea, we love a little juice, but you have to be careful of that because it's not always good for you. And even just listening to it and being the receiver of it sometimes cannot be good. It can be bad energy that is going to boomerang back in your life and around your life that you don't want. So when you're discussing somebody else, whether it's their situation, them personally, what they got going on, make sure it's coming from a positive and loving place. Make sure it's coming from a place of concern. Make sure you're discussing it with somebody who won't share it and that also will be concerned about that person. See, there's two ways to talk about somebody. There is, girl, have you heard such and such doing this and got this going on? Or there is, I'm really concerned about such and such. You know, I'm sure you've heard about this. What do you think? There's two ways to do it, y'all. Make sure you're doing it from a place of love, a place of positivity, or a place of genuine concern. So reject the gossip. Be careful with that. It's bad energy. It lowers your vibrations, and it also is something that will boomerang back onto your life. So watch the gossip, y'all. Do it from a good place if you're doing it. I don't even think you can call it gossip when it's from a good place, but you guys can determine that. But yeah, just be careful with that, okay? Moving on to my next one. Alrighty, you guys, so for my last tip on how to raise your vibration and protect your energy, I wanted to share something with you all that I've struggled with over the years, and that is negative thoughts and negative feelings about myself. That is something that I still struggle with to this day. Yes, I've gone through therapy to deal with certain things that I've been through in my life and my youth and stuff like that, but that's something that I still struggle with. Thoughts creeping into my head that are negative against myself, thinking, oh my God, I'm so fat, or I don't look good in anything, or I just don't look good. I hate my body. I hate this. My arms look terrible, this and that. Those negative thoughts are something that I've always struggled with, particularly concerning my physical appearance and stuff like that. It's always been a struggle. I used to be really, really heavy, and those are some of the things that I've carried over even though I've lost weight. So that's something you really have to check if you struggle with that. And I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with, not just myself, with putting your own self down. Even if it's just a thought and not something that comes out of your mouth, it can still be detrimental to your overall mental health. And how I've turned that around is I turn my negative thoughts into positive affirmations, and I'll literally speak them out of my mouth. So if I'm having a thought saying, oh, I hate the way I look, I will try and turn that around and just say, nope, stop it, stop. I'll tell myself to stop. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm not crazy, but I'll say, stop this. And I'll turn it into a positive affirmation by saying, I look pretty good. Or I'll say, I look damn good. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where I'm trying to go with it. But I'll turn that negative thought, you know, saying, you know, oh, I hate the way my body looks, or, you know, I wish I looked like this. I'll turn that into, I have a nice body. I just want to learn how to dress it better. Or I may not look the way I want to, but I'm going to keep working until I get the body that I want. Or something like that. You have to try to turn those negative thoughts into positive thoughts and into positive feelings. And affirmations are a great way to do that. Just saying, I am affirmation, saying I am beautiful, I am smart, I am healthy, I am sexy, I am desirable, I am loved. Saying things like that really can help you to kind of combat those negative thoughts that kind of seep into our mind and kind of embed themselves in if you let them. You cannot let those feelings and thoughts embed themselves into your mind, because that's where you start to sink into depression. So turning those negative thoughts into positive affirmations and actually speaking them out of your mouth, because there's been tons of proof showing the things that you speak are what really have a good impact and an influence on your life. So turn those negative thoughts into positive affirmations and actually say them. Actually say them. And it's good to start off your mornings like that. I'll start off my morning first saying thank you, thank you, thank you over and over. And I'm saying thank you to God, thank you to everything that has influenced my life and made my life good and positive, made my life easier. I'll start off like that, and then I'll start saying positive affirmations like, oh, I feel so good. I am so blessed. I am so living in grace. I am so healthy. I am so happy. I will start saying those I am affirmations over and over. And sometimes they don't come as easy. They might sound a little jumbled like they just sounded, but it's okay. Speak as though they are real. And I trust me, y'all, they will become real. Okay, positive affirmations. That's my next tip to raise your vibration, protect your energy. Start saying those I am positive affirmations, or I'm so thankful that positive affirmations, and you are on your way to very high vibrations and very solid energy, y'all. I hope that helps. Thank you all so much for checking out this video all about how to raise your vibrations and protect your energy. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked all the tips and tricks that I shared. I would love to hear in the comments, what do you resort to when you find yourself in a vibrational or a spiritual or an energy rut? What things do you resort to? I would love to hear what you all have in your little playbook out there so that we can all put those into practice. What do you do when you find yourself just struggling and your energy is bad, you're thinking negatively, and you're just really finding it hard to be positive? What do you resort to? Do you resort to prayer? Do you resort to, spending time around people? What do you go to? I would love to learn more about what you guys do, because I think we can all help each other with this situation, because we have so much going on around us, and people want to act like life is all roses and stay positive and be happy and control all of your thoughts, but really that's impossible. Sometimes you're going to get into a rut. Sometimes negative thoughts are going to seep through and find their way into your mind and into your life, but we need to know, what do you do in those cases? So I hoped I helped you all today with my tips and tricks, and I would love to hear what you all do. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos like this, as well as a ton of other fashion, lifestyle, hair, a little bit of everything. Y'all know how I roll on this channel. So if you didn't hit that subscribe button, girl, you missing out. Hit it right now. To all my regulars, I love y'all so much. I hope y'all like this video, and I'll see all of you guys on the next one. Stay safe, y'all. Love you.